think we're currently in the jungles of Vietnam, I believe is where we're at. I never know where I'm gonna wake up when I do new videos. Like, oh, where am I now? And it just kind of appear. But that's my burden, not yours. Let me get to this comment here. I made a video yesterday called Hair Loss, the Obvious Cheapest Solution, which got a few comments. Let's talk about dentistry. Let's do that. Anything for LSD had this to say, quote, Nick, compare getting your cavities fixed to a hair transplant. Both are for happiness and comfort, after all, and are natural, right? I would like to hear what you have to say, end quote. Thank you. And I've got another comment we'll talk about after this. But let's go ahead and talk about dentistry for now, because that's the main one. That's something I've only talked about one other time. Back, I think last December, Robert had asked me, you know, compare a hair transplant to someone with quote, jacked up teeth. He didn't mention necessarily cavities. He just mentioned like, you know, like really crooked teeth and gaps and, you know, where that's, you know, this kind of thing. So I did, and I made that. But this is different, because this is cavities. And I see these as completely different things. A hair transplant is to treat a cosmetic issue, which is hair loss. It's cosmetic. Your health is not dependent on you having hair or not. You can be a very healthy bald man. You can. But you can't be healthy if your teeth are rotting. I'm sorry, you can't be. That's gonna lead to other issues. Not having your teeth, if you've got teeth rotting out and you just let it happen, that goes beyond just happiness. That goes into health. And it's just like I've said before, there's this illusion that having hair is healthy. And I don't buy into it. I think on some sort of primate level, we want to believe that women will find us more attractive if we have more hair, you know, or deeper voices, or, you know, we go back to these, I don't know, Planet of the Apes concept. I don't know what this is. In reality, though, I'm an experienced human being who knows what women actually want. They're not looking for hair. They're not looking for you beating your chest. They're looking for you to financially provide for them, to make them feel loved and appreciated, for you to compliment them, for you to make them laugh. That's what they're actually looking for. And I know that. But we want to believe that women are going to find us more attractive and want to mate with us if we have more hair. And he who has the most hair has the best selection on females. That's what subconsciously I think so many people believe that watch this channel. And I keep debunking that myth. And I would know because I've been married to a beautiful woman for 9 years now. And I know how they think better than you do. And I'm sorry, but I do. I have more experience than you do on that. And I know how they're wired. And I know that your hair is actually holding a lot of people back, actually. I'd say most of the people watching my channel are so fixated on hair as if it mattered to attracting females. And that in itself is the issue, because you think this one thing actually matters, when the things that actually matters, the thing that females will find attractive, you're not providing, because you're so tripping up on your hair. And that's why people watch my videos, to learn how to overcome that. All right. But going back to cavities, that's a health issue. That's unhealthy. You can't be healthy if you've got rotting teeth. You need to get that fixed. So it's not simply happiness, it's health. And again, it goes back to that category of people thinking that if they have hair, they're healthier. Well, you may or may not be healthy either way with hair. But if you don't have teeth and you can stop the cavities, then that actually is a health issue. With or without the hair loss, that's an issue. I guess I just swallowed a bug. So much for being a vegan. I just broke that, didn't I? Okay. But I also wanted to talk about this because it kind of builds on top of it. Our friend Diego Arguella had this to say, quote, man, you're lucky. You got a kid and a wife, so it doesn't matter if you go bald. You're happy now. End quote. And it goes back to the same thing. If you truly know what women are looking for to begin with, you're not going to need the hair to do it. No one was around to tell me that back when I was starting to first see the signs of my hair loss. What's funny, though, is my hair loss wasn't the thing that got in the way of me having confidence. Life experience was the thing that kept me from doing that. You know, back then, I talked about all the time, people easily could offend me back then. If you knew the 21-year-old version of me, I could easily, the 16, oh man, I was sensitive. I was easily offended. And let's just talk about that. Think about the person you know who just gets offended and outraged by anything. Okay? What if you became the opposite of that person? You'd rather be the opposite of that person than to be that person, right? Right? And wouldn't you rather be the opposite of that person than to be somewhere in between the two? See, that's where I am. And the cool thing about it, at your age, much younger than me, you can have that now. That's one less thing you can worry about in life. But first, you got to get to the point where people don't offend you, insult you, affect your emotions. You have to take control of that. But as far as knowing what women want, I know. And you see, listen, closing thought, I've talked about it before. If there's one thing you should be intimidated by, if you're noticing hair loss, here it is. Other guys who have less hair than you that are confident. You should be terrified of them. They're going to be the ones getting the pretty girls because those guys have learned the lesson. And here you are with a little bit of hair loss and letting that be detrimental, and it's holding you back. And here's the guy with less hair. That less hair guy has such the advantage. That's all this channel really is about. Someone said yesterday, Nick, don't you I can't read you, but are you kind of getting tired of saying the same stuff over and over? And I said, no, because as long as I'm helping people and my subscribership is growing and people still need to hear this stuff. I mean, closing thought, I'll probably say that 3 times in the video. Closing thought, in the real world, where are you going to have somebody like me to tell you this stuff? You're left to your own vices, your own brain that tells you what women want, which is hair. And it's so not. It's so not. You need somebody like me in your life. I'm your mentor, and I'm proud to be that. I care enough about you to be honest with you and tell you how things are. I'm not going to buy into your view of the world that your hair loss is the end of the world. I'm not going to buy into that. That's why you need me in your life, and that's why I'm proud to serve you. I'm Nick Shell. I'm your hair loss mentor.